Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another game of Starbow, and I'm really excited about this game, and I'll tell you why in a second. But in the bottom right corner on this great map, which we will talk more about, it is TehRedBandit. Arguably one of the best Starbow players. He's also in the Starbow development team. He's not usually playing Terran, he's usually Zerg or Protoss, but he's learning Terran, so he's not going to be like in his absolute ace game. Just a second. There we go, forgot that. So this is going to be interesting to see. His opponent in the top right, playing Zerg, is going to be Crisci. I thought Crisci was a Terran player, but maybe I'm just completely forgetting what Crisci is. So that's also another little interesting twist here, as they're both perhaps off-racing. TehRedBandit is definitely off-racing. Now the reason I'm so excited about this replay is that I've been told by the person who sent me this replay that this might be the best Starbow game like that he had ever played. So hopefully that's true for the opponent too. So, but I'm really excited about this, and this map is actually quite interesting. It's going to be a map called the Grand Line. This is a Brood War map. You have a semi-medium-ish sized main base. You have a ramp down to your natural, very normal, with a fairly large choke to wall off. This is a little bit bigger than most Starbow maps, and I like that because buildings in Starbow wall off completely, while in Brood War they did not. So this is a way of making sure that early aggression still stays a little bit stronger, at least that playing greedy is a little bit more expensive. Now you have a very easy to secure third base here with a lot of minerals but no gas. It's a very nice little choke here. It's not very far from natural at all. This is a little bit unusual for Starbow. Starbow usually has third bases quite far away compared to StarCraft 2, and they usually have gas as well. And we're going to see the TehRedBandit opening up with the command center first. It's going to follow up with the barracks, and this is making a really awkward wall-in, but it is a wall-in. So, but this is all going to be moved later on. If you look at the rest of this map, you have this middle area, which has some bad textures, but I'm not going to pay attention to that. I'll try. But it has like a base on either side, and it has a lot of ramps going down, and then it's symmetrical rectangularly around that. And it seems like Crisci is actually just going to take this base right away. He's going to skip the mineral, the easy to defend one. He's going to take this one, which will be harder to defend, but it has the gas. Only 6 minerals. This has few minerals but gas. This one has a lot of minerals but no gas. That's really like a decision here if you want gas or minerals. There's none of those bases are aka standard. You also have these bases, but they're blocked by, I think that they're blocked by the mineral field. They used to be blocked by a command center, but I guess that was changed. It's TehRedBandit who uploaded and is maintaining this map, although it wasn't made by him initially. We're going to see the TehRedBandit going for a really fast expansion with a really fast bunker. This is going to be a nice little anti-zergling defense, and this is fairly safe because you have this very secure way of walling off here. Meanwhile, the opponent is just going to make a very few number of Zerglings. He's getting gas, but he hasn't really spent any of it on anything. I don't think there's even any queens out. Queens in Starbow do cost 50 gas. All the macro buildings / units cost gas in Starbow a little bit, so you can't be super greedy with your macro boosters. The same goes for the command center and the Nexus. Orbital command for command centers, and the Nexus has an upgrade called Caldarian Citadel. In Starbow you cannot chrono boost from the start with the Nexus like you can in StarCraft 2. So he's found his opponent, right? Yeah, he knows where he is. Oh, he was just hunting for the SCV. Okay, that makes sense. So starting out as a macro game, we're gonna have a Baneling nest actually from Crisci, and Banelings have recently been changed in Starbow. There used to be this a little bit odd unit that didn't do any damage, but it had a lot of effects that it added to the unit it hit, mostly effects that would make the unit take more damage. Did the TehRedBandit see that? He kind of did see that layer being morphed. You have that a very small time after a unit dies and it still has vision, so you have to be a little bit careful about hiding your tech like that. But I also think he saw the Baneling nest. I would be, yeah, well, I don't know if he knows it's a Baneling nest. It could be a Hydra den or something. But the important thing is there's no Mutalisks, and Mutalisks is the most common way to open in ZVT, and if TehRedBandit can be sure that there's no Mutalisks in a long time, actually, he didn't see a lair for the, like, here's the thing, there is a lair on the way, but he wasn't on the way when he scouted, which means that Mutalisks will be still a long time, even if he makes the lair right away like he did. And we're gonna have this early, so they're actually gonna deny the gas, which is quite nice. He can take a couple of Marines out of the bunker and like leapfrog his way over here, and then retreat to the bunker if necessary. And it's really a nice little pick off from Crisci there. Nothing too game breaking, but getting the gas that early is quite nice. Of course, he has gas in his main, and he's also playing bio, as we can see, so he doesn't need that much gas. But always nice to have. Again, he's going to pick it off, and nothing else. This is just a nuisance, and he has losing a little bit of minerals by having to cancel this. So I don't know if he's going to put up a second bunker or just stream Marines here and get a nice little DPS group. Can he actually? Yeah, he can walk there. Hopefully he doesn't need to go in and out of the bunker every time he needs to go in and out between his main base and his natural. That would suck. So he's scanning. Has he? Oh, wrong button. Sorry, I hit B instead of V. Okay, V. Yeah, he has seen this base. Okay. Actually, now I can see where he's scanning because he's going to scan very, very soon. Where are you scanning, bro? Where's that scan from? There we go. He's scanning the main, and he's not really seeing. Oh, he sees the layers complete. There is infestation pit on the way. This is actually incredibly neat. And the reason is I've actually tried to go for this strategy myself in this matchup. I've tried to go Zergling, Baneling, Infestors instead of going either Lurkers or Mutalisks. And in my attempts of going for this strategy, I usually have to open Mutalisks and then transition into this. But he's just going off straight from the start, and it's probably going to work somewhat, at least versus the Red Bandit, because he's a very defensive player. And yeah, look at this, it's working, because the Red Bandit is adding a lot of missile turrets. He's suspecting Mutalisks. He hasn't seen the Spire, but there's a lot of ways to hide a Spire, and he's frantically looking for it. Look at that, he's scanning. Well, okay, I was scanning over there. The two binoculars of Terran, but yeah, or okay, I messed that one up. Anyway, but the point is that he hasn't seen a Spire, and he's forced to make the missile turrets, and Crisci just made his opponent lose money. And he's not even contending these 2 bases from Terran. He's just happy with being on 3 bases. He's just making an army of Zerglings. He's getting spine crawlers. He's going to take this base super safe because he's defending the middle right now. He's making his own little grand line right here. So this is a really weird setup. I'm a little bit afraid of Crisci if Bandit goes for some very strong drop play. Okay, he sees the infestation pit now. He sees that there, and oh, that's a really quick hive. Look at that. He's not making infestors actually. That's very interesting. He's not going to even make infestors and have ensnare and catch units with banelings and zerglings that way. He's actually going to just go really, really quickly to defilers. Well, he may add infestors later, of course, but that seems to be the strategy right now. I like the spine crawlers in the mains because this style of his. Sure, zerglings are really mobile, but if you get like a group of marines and medics back here, you can almost have an infinite amount of zerglings. If you get a couple of medics to block here, and I don't even know if you need to block anywhere here, that is just so hard to deal with them. And here we go. Okay, so Crisci saw them moving out with his Overlord, and he's counterattacking right away with a group of Zerglings. This is such well played. Now, the Red Band is not turning around. He's actually just keep moving. He scans. He sees all the Banelings, all the Zerglings, all the creep, all the creep trimmers and spine crawlers, and he's really not sure. Okay, he wants to move around that. That makes sense. This is like pretty much the area I don't want to be in. And in the meanwhile, Crisci is moving up here, but he doesn't have creeps. So it's gonna take forever, but he can move up. Dude, you got more Banelings here. Come on, bring him rolling Banelings. No. And he changes his mind. He leaves a couple behind. And Bandit actually is kind of, where are you going, bro? Not quite sure where he's going with this. So, Crisci's setting up another defense here. He's getting some good macro hatches going. Actually, he's doing an incredibly good job of macro, because if I have 3 bases and 4 hatcheries, I usually have 2,000 minerals. But I guess he's just being really good with injects. He has 2 queens there. No, actually not. I don't know how he does this. This is puzzling me greatly, but I'm not gonna get too caught up in it, and I'll just. The Red Bandit has this group of units. They feel a little bit vulnerable, but here they get some reinforcements, which again will be scouted. I think, yeah, he should have seen that if he was paying attention to his minimap. So this is very nice. Now we have Consume is out, and we have easy access to energy with Banelings and Zerglings. And again, we're gonna have one Dark Submarine, a lot of Banelings incoming. Some nice detonation here. Banelings and Starbow do not deal damage unless they actually like physically connect. If you kill them and they don't attack or explode button, then they don't do any damage. So he has to work around like that, but he's doing a really good job, and he's actually killing the whole army of the Red Bandit. Well, almost, but mostly medics left, and he has to just head back home again. So that was very nice by Crisci holding that. And the Red Bandit is starting to add a lot of fire bats, and this is going to be crucial because Banelings do what's called concussive damage. Let's see if we can have a look at that. No, we can't because I have a different interface. But yeah, they do concussive damage. They do 36 damage. Unfortunately, the damage display is bugged, so I can't see it. But they do 36 damage. But they only do 18 damage to medium and 9 damage to armored. And firebats are armored in Starbow. They do 9 damage to armored. That means that you're gonna need like, you gotta need 11 or 12 banelings to kill one firebat. So firebats are a really strong counter to banelings. So I like that he's adding a lot of firebats now. If Crisci at this point would maybe switch to lurkers or maybe even mutalisks, that could be very interesting because his opponent is hard countering what he's doing here. So that could be an interesting back and forth way of doing this. We're gonna have Bandit move out again. He has enough firebats to move out. He has a ton of firebats, to be honest. And firebats plus medics can be really, really strong. The creep spread of Crisci though, Crisci, or how I pronounce this, is very good. So you can see these attacks coming far away off. He's gonna spawn out. He's gonna get some plague. He gets a plague off, and that is actually plague plus banelings are really good versus firebats because now they take 1 hit instead of 11. Oh, there's gonna be another plague. Oh, that's a big one. Look at all the damage. And meanwhile, though, the red bandit is gonna try and take this base, but there's only 1 firebat here. So if he brings all his banelings up, he should be able to deal with this. Now look at them. They don't connect and they don't do damage. There we go. There comes the explosion. And look at that. The firebat can just take it. He's such a champion when it comes to banelings. So he's gonna have to try and surround it with zerglings, but just like firebats also counter zerglings. You kind of just need something else to deal with firebats. Well, plague seems to work really well. Look at that! Oh, here comes they're gonna kill everything. So no, that was kind of anticlimactic, but they did kill all that first. He needs to hit that explode button before they get too close because if they get picked off, they just don't do any damage. But they're so low on health, some of these. And look at the medics. They almost don't have any energy. Never mind, they have a lot of energy now. Okay, another play. Dude, another play. Come on, you can do it. Oh, beautiful. And Red Bandit really should move these guys back like a long time ago. But whatever. Come on, come here. Okay, let's see what banelings can do versus this. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Oh, he's gassed. Oh, look at that. Oh wow, 2 banelings pick off the whole. Banelings plus plague is really, really strong. And I kind of like that because plague has been feeling very underperforming lately compared to Brood War. Plague isn't as strong as it was in Brood War and Starbow, and now we have a unit to synergize this with. And we also have an Infestor, which may be here for one of 2 reasons. One might be to actually be useful, and the second one might be because he hit the hotkey wrong, because the Infestor is F and the filer is E, or vice versa. See, I even forget. So, oh wow, firebats in bunker plus a planetary fortress. Yeah, you can't really attack this with zerglings. You're gonna need like 50 ultralisk to break this. Oh wow, the wall of medics, dude. They have their. This really is the grand line. Look at all the lines on this map that they're making. They're just making sure that the map can live up to its name. And I like this zerglings moving out, making sure the red bandit can't take any more bases than it should. But I love the addition of vultures here. If his opponent starts to go for lurkers, these spider mines will just wreck them. And this mech transition was actually quite common in Brood War as well. I don't think he's gone for a... No, he hasn't gone for like a full-fledged mech transition. He still has his barracks here and still producing out of them. He's just adding the vultures on top of it. And he's getting ahead in supply, Bandit is. And he got this base up really, really nice and safely. And this one as well, man, I didn't even pay attention to any of that. This must have happened while I was looking at the plague dudes, or maybe before. Okay, more plague goes off. But this one was a little bit late. You want the plague to go off before you start engaging, and a little bit... like maybe like 10 seconds before, and not after the engagement is over. We got a lot of science vessels here, and we have battle cruisers. Wow, look at this. Everything is coming out of the line for the Terran player. Crisci has been on these spaces for a while. Like, this one is a little bit new, and we do have a Spire, but he really needs to try and take more expansions, and it is quite difficult with vultures roaming the map. We have, yes, Scourges on the way, Ultimatus Cannon on the way. He will start to be able to pick off the science vessels if they're not careful. And this will be very nice for Crisci. So again, things are scaling up a little bit, but right now it's not looking that good for Crisci because he's on the same number of bases as his Terran opponent. He's down in supply, but he's up in worker count, so his income should actually be better, and it is. That's quite interesting. He's got that going for him, which is nice. So we do have a lot of vultures here. We do have... Oh, why would you drop Zerglings? It's not a command center there anymore, I'm sorry. Maybe he remembered there was a command center here. Now there's mineral fields. He needs workers over there now. Oh, very nice catch for Crisci. Getting all the vultures. They were not microing at all. But they do have some Spider-Mans here and there. The Red Bandit has a bad habit of just leaving units out in the middle of the map that it's just up for picking. But here comes, he's actually going to move out with the battlecruisers, revealing them. Now the battlecruisers have restored their 25 damage from Bruder. Oh, careful. And 25 damage, is that enough? Yeah, they actually one-hit Scourges now, so Scourges are really hard to hit now for battlecruisers. But if you just have a couple of more Scourges than there are battlecruisers, then their reload time is quite slow. Look at that, it's quite slow, so you are going to get some hits off. Oh, and they keep shooting at the same one. Okay, there we go. Two very dead science vessels hit by plague, but never finished off by mutalisks. We do have Bandit is now finally gonna Crisci finally gonna go and expand, which is long overdue. He should actually just take this whole left side, and he is. Look at that. As I'm saying that, he's taking 3 expansions at once. He needs to defend versus these battlecruisers. He's getting more and more Scourges, but I don't know if Scourges is the way to go here. If you get enough Scourges, sure, but I don't think Scourges are that cost effective versus battlecruisers. But when it just comes to battlecruisers, you just want to get rid of them no matter the cost. Okay, yeah, like, look at that. No matter the cost, he's going to lose 2 Scourges, and the rest is just going to kill. Wow! That was perfect cloning, I think. I don't think he lost a single Scourge more than he needed. Scourge do overkill quite a bit. So, that was actually quite nice. Wow. Meanwhile, something was happening here? Minimap is... I don't know. I'm just seeing things, I guess. A lot of Vultures still. He's trying to defend Vultures with Zerglings and Ultralisks, and that's really the worst composition versus Vultures, although you can make it work if you don't have much Spider-Mans and if you're not, like, paying attention. Microing, that is. So the Ultralisks are doing some good things, but oh, look at how much damage these Ultras will take from the Spider-Mans. It's just brutal. Look at that. Spider-Mans alone killing an Ultralisk. That's, like, such a cheap kill. That's such a horrible, like... Oh, he killed one of the Spider-Mans. But yeah... Ultralisks versus Vultures, not a cost-effective engagement for Zerg. Now, Hydralisks, on the other hand, that's a cost-effective engagement. Look at that, that's what you need. In the meanwhile, a lot of Vultures roaming the map. We do have more and more Hydralisks. Man, these scans are bright. You can't see anything under them. Hopefully they're not that bright for the Red Bandit himself, but I think I have the stronger team colors on. And we do have Hydralisks dealing really well. Oh, okay, very nice micro from both players there, actually, especially Crisci, I would say. And he hopefully cleans this up. Not on move command. They're on A move, and they have detection, so that's nice. Meanwhile, a very random group of units over here, and Bandit is going to secure this base. Crisci knows about this base. He really wants to contend it, but it's going to be so hard because he needs to bring the Overlord to see all the Spider-Mines. And Hydras are so good at DPSing down Spider-Mines. It's insane. Hydras have very fast attack and very fast reflexes compared to a lot of other melee units, ranged units such as Dragoons, but they can still misstep sometimes, and this is a big minefield and a very well defended base. So, Crisci is going to take all these expansions. This is going to give him an edge again. He's behind in supply, but it's only army, not eco. And, yeah, I'm probably missing a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of things going on. Like the whole game has felt a little bit still, but at the same time, a lot of things is happening. It's kind of weird to put my words on this, but we do again have a group of Vultures moving out. Well, kind of moving out, and this is not defended at all. But there's not that many workers there either to get. Okay, Hydras are going to try and defend. We have a couple of Mutalisks being made now, at least one, and there's more battlecruisers on the way. Vultures retreating, battlecruisers advancing. One cannot leave while the other survives or something. Okay, Defiler could potentially Plague. Plague is really good versus battlecruisers. And here comes the rest of the Scourges. Gonna take down one battlecruiser. That's actually really nice for Crisci here. He's gonna lose a Hydra, but that's not the end of the world. If he can, he misses the Plague. Yeah, everyone, you need to learn this with the unit flyer helper. This is where you want to hit the Plague, and he was hitting it over there, and that misses the air unit. That is unfortunate. Meanwhile, Vulture's moving in here. Now we have all the drones, but don't have any defense. He's putting the drones into the Overlord. That's so smart. Oh, he doesn't even borrow them, so the scan doesn't really help anything. And this is not enough Spider-Mans to deal with Ultralisks, but it is enough to damage them effectively. Meanwhile, Baneling defense here. This is kind of weird because Banelings don't really do that much damage to Vultures, but hey, with Zerglings and a Spinecrawler, I'll take that any day. More mech coming out now. It's just a full mech transition from the Red Bandit, and it's probably been that for a while now. We're gonna have the Dark Swarm. What is he doing using this infest for? Is he gonna try and catch any units with a snare? It doesn't seem so. He's pushing it back again. Meanwhile, this base is under attack by a single Mutalisk and Overlords. Okay. So, Darkstorm moving out. The Red Bandit doesn't care about Darkstorm. He puts his own units into the opponent's Darkstorm and says, come at me, bro. And I think Crisci should just do that, especially... Oh, another Plague. This was a good one, hitting a couple of tanks and a battlecruiser. And he's gonna, is he gonna try? Okay, snare goes off. These battlecruisers will be slow and attack even slower as well. These mutalisks though still don't really stand a chance against these really high armored units. Oh, actually, this four-crawler is doing a lot of work to this battlecruiser. Almost dead. 14, 8, no. Okay, there we go. The Hydras are gonna clean this up. And okay. You got 2 battlecruisers, gotta get out of there. Meanwhile, the Mutalisk has been removed, but Crisci's gotten 3 expansions going. Not all of them are mining as much as he would like, but he's getting the gas, which is the most important at this point in the game. The Red Bandit could very easily take this base. It will be noted by the Zergling, unless it's killed by this Vulture. They have a peace treaty over here. They're not going to attack each other. Meanwhile, the Red Bandit is really trying different places. I love these little defenses by Crisci. Look at that. Look how cute that is. And Zerglings will just wreck. Oh, that's so many layers of siege tanks from Bandit. I can't even see it all. Okay, there we go. Oh, wow. That was a little bit of a seizure there. Sorry. Ultra's just eating Spider-Mines like a boss. And now he's not going to clean it all off, but he's gonna take away so many layers that you only have the core of the onion left, and that's just gonna leave the Red Bandit crying, and he can't be able to push out any further. These little positions here and there. Mech is actually quite good on this map. You do have these avenues, kind of like SE2-esque, but it's not really. Yeah, so that's really good for mech. I can't talk. And I didn't say anything useful. Whatever. Zerglings actually. Oh, Dragging the Mines doing a lot of damage. Zerglings killing siege tanks is such a cost-effective engagement, and these Zerglings are doing so much damage. I'm trying to think. I think he needs more Vultures, more Spider-Mines. Zerglings are really hard to deal with for mech unless you have like a really strong position where you, like with a critical amount. Ooh, here comes the drop. Here comes the Zerglings, and Zerglings will be decent here. You have these bunkers, but if they're microed a little bit and just hold position over here, they can kill a lot of SCVs at least. They might even be able to pick off the orbital. Ooh, they're coming in for a little bit of an angle. This missile turret will get some shots off, but it's not going to matter that much. It's going to get most of these Zerglings out, but the Zerglings are attacking the Marines. Okay, there we go. We got a group of Zerglings just killing SCVs, and oh, they might just kill this bunker and all the Marines in them, but here comes the Vultures to help defend. But still, this was a nice little harassment here, and if nothing else, they made sure that the Red Bandit is not going to push anytime soon. If you look at the workers killed tab in total, it's been a lot of workers killed both ways. Wow, 549 units killed for the Red Bandit. Crisci is gonna clean up this position on the right here. Is he gonna drop over here or something? I'm hearing things. So we have. Oh, there we go. Okay, we had was that an eraser? I think it may have been. He was trying to go for an eraser strategy here, but it wasn't working. An eraser strategy is 2 science vessels irradiating each other and then patrolling up and down over a mineral line to kill all the drones, because they have what's called splash damage. So we're getting spore crawlers to avoid that, and I think that's enough scourges to take off two science vessels. But this little cute position here has been thwarted. The Red Bandit with many layers of siege tanks are slowly trying to push up to the left. I like this decision. This is where all the economy is. And he is taking this base as well, so we're slowly going into a complete split map decision. We got some really nice Darkstorm, and Darkstorm does protect from the tank damage, but not from the splash damage. So the tanks are still doing a lot of damage in Darkstorm. He can't really engage down here because he's actually up here, which is a little bit hard to see from the textures. But ooh, big mine hits, and he really shouldn't engage this. Very nice defensive matrix here, and yeah, this is going to be really hard for Crisci to do anything about. Look at this position from the Red Bandit. It's insane. The mech play is real. And he's trying to push forward. He's trying to put out some Spider-Mines to strengthen his position on the left. We could perhaps see Crisci going for some Zergling counterattack over here to the main and maybe get on top of the production. There's only Spider-Mines and a Battlecruiser to defend. But right now I think he's just too concerned with defending his money right here that it's going to be hard to think that way. We have Guardians in production though, and they will be very helpful. So the Red Bandit is going to frantically try and put down some Spider-Mines over here and get a position. Okay, yeah, these units will try to defend. I don't know if this is the right decision. I would have liked to see Crisci actually maybe go counterattack at this point. This is a very hard decision. Position to defend. That mine drags are real! He's dragging the mines so far, it's insane. Look at that. And wow, he's just going to be able to defend this, I think. There's one spine crawler which can kill an infinite amount of vultures, although it takes forever. But yeah, he's not going to defend the whole push, but he's going to defend the part that was trying to kill his base. And that's the good part. That's the one you want to defend. Oh, he's going to take this. Oh, Crisci's going to take this base, and he's taking this base. He's taking the islands. This is so smart because it is technically a split map position. Here we go, Guardians firing now. It is technically a split map position, but if you can get these bases over here, that will make a huge difference. You actually need 2 drones just to get this. This is a really tedious thing to do. Actually, it's quite easier for Terran because they can scan and call on 2 SCVs, so this feels kind of unfair, but whatever. We do have Crisci again, I mean the Red Bandit again pushing up here. Crisci again looking for units to defend. There's a lot over here. You're actually maxed. And he's actually gonna hit from the middle a little bit. Or actually, that's just Scourges. Oh, dude, you got a Science Vessel there you could have killed. Oh well. No counterattack. Okay, there we go. Here comes the counterattack. Oh, these units need to not follow these overlords too. Oh, I hate this when this happens, when they like keep on the follow command. Oh, that's so painful. So this is kind of Crisci or whatever, however you say this, kind of giving up on this one a little bit. He does have some defilers. He can defend for a long time, but I don't think he can hold this indefinitely. But meanwhile, though, we have a huge drop at the natural, which can push into the main, and it's bypassing completely all these spider bots. And the Red Bandit is just going to lift up all his buildings and say, you know what, farewell, my little base. I'm moving over to the left. I'm going to relocate. I've been checking my real estate, and this left side of the map here, this is where the money is. This is where I can get all my. This is where the nice view is, and he's just going to relocate and head out there. He should bring his starports too. This is like, you don't want to leave this for the old tenant. He's just gonna, ruin them. The starports you worked so hard on building. But he's gonna get incredibly supply blocked. He's gonna have no production for a long time until these ones have landed. And Crisci is gonna be in a position where he will dominate and dictate this game. And actually, he did hold this as well. He didn't lose these bases either. The Red Bandit is in a really, really dire position right now, but he's not going to die right away because he is Terran and they can defend for a very long time. So he's going to be in a position where he's going to have to make a super effective army from the resources he can get, which will probably consist of mostly battlecruisers and science vessels. But if you can get this base before he dies, and before he has to relocate everything, then that would be a nice little pickup. There are more Guardians here, and the Guardians are doing a really good job. The Red Bandit just neglecting Goliaths in general and just saying, I can just irradiate these, but he can, but they won't die as fast as he wants to. Meanwhile, though, the battle cruisers are actually making sure this base is not going to go up. This one is, though, just slowly starting to mine. Meanwhile, we got Hydras everywhere. This is, it's not depleted. Almost, only 500 gas left, but hey, that's 500 gas he's not going to get. And these Hydras, I think, could just die from one activate. Yeah, there we go. If he just activates this, they should just push back, pull out, and then push back later. But can he kill this spell user? He can't kill them. There we go. He's gonna save the base for now. Meanwhile, another drop. If he can successfully drop at this production, then Bandit is dead. But he is making a lot of Goliaths. Interestingly, there's only a couple of Guardians. Oh, he's actually gonna draw. He's gonna mine drop. Mine drop works a lot better versus zealots. I mean, if you have zealots. I like how you have the factories on top here to kind of confuse. Yeah, this is not. It's working, but it's not super effective. But he really needs to drop the main. He just really needs to drop the main right now before the Red Bandit can get his production up and going again. I think it's too late. Oh wow, look at the oodles of buildings. This is an insane wall. This is the new Grand Line. Okay, he's gonna lose this. Yeah, he's going to lose this. I mean, Crisci is gonna lose these overlords. He's gonna get one Zergling out. Go, little Zerglings, you can do it. You can kill a worker. Nice job. He's actually a supply block, which is unfortunate. So he can rebuild this base. He's got more Guardians. The Guardians are not going to be that important for the rest of the game, I think, just because of the number of Goliaths that are out. They could chill over here and just make sure this refinery will never be taken again, which is actually really important at this point. Gas is a really important resource, and this base has not been mined out. This is another base that Bandit can just snatch. If he just extends his defenses a little bit, this is a really easy base for the Bandit. So that's nice. He actually had minerals left in his natural. That's insane. Yeah, this is basically Firebat Hero versus Saver all over again. Yep, I remember that game. It took forever and it involved a lot of battlecruisers and science vessels. Sad day for Savior, but that was Firebat's Hero's only goal, was to beat Savior, and he did it. So that was his best matchup was versus Savior. Anyhow, so let's look at the Crisci's army. He's actually maxed. He's got a ton of Zerglings. That's really a ton of Zerglings. And he just lost some. Oh, dude, we got Vipers. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look. Oh no, don't lose the Vipers. Don't lose the Vipers. They have a spawn broodling, which kills a ground, just straight up kills a ground unit, which is so good versus these high priority ground units, and he needs to be so careful by not losing them. I'm pretty sure that's why all the Goliaths were made. Now, the red band is actually pushing at this point, which is insane. Okay, there we go. We got half spawn Broodlings. Bam. He can do more than that. Okay, it's getting all the siege tanks. It's killing all the... Yeah, nice little... Oh, I love the effect of the spawn Broodling. Big green explosion. I haven't seen this much in action because they've just been added for the latest patch. And these Vipers are fast. So it's hard to deal with them. And here we go. There's the group of Zerglings, the group of death. There's no Infestors, there's no Dark Swarm, but he is going to crush this push from the red band. At least a part of it. He doesn't really have enough Vipers to... He doesn't have enough energy on these Vipers to do more spawn Broodlings. And they don't have Consume, so he's just going to have to wait this one out. Okay. So actually the red band can keep pushing. He's probably going to get this base. If you look at the income tab, actually it's not that much difference. You gotta be so careful with these Vipers. He needs to keep them alive. Okay, another couple of Guardians are gonna fall easily to the max upgraded Goliaths. And wow, the red bandit is just churning out production here. He does, like, he has 2 bases of Earth income, and his opponent doesn't really have that much income. He has kind of 3, but this is not really like a base. And so yeah, Crisci is going to lose this one. Hopefully he won't lose this one. No, he's not going to lose this. Well, maybe to siege tanks eventually, but not to vultures, because there's way too much defense to deal with vultures here. Meanwhile, I think we're going to have the counterattack yet again. Now, will the red bandit be prepared for this? Now, I really think you should drop like last time. I don't think attacking with the front here is the right place to go. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And no, is he going to go in here, or is he not going to go in here? We got Crisci, he's in a tight spot. He's gonna try and break this. I think there's too many siege tanks. There is too many siege tanks. They were really clumped up here and just took a lot of damage. So the red bandit with the red comeback here for now. He's gonna take this base down as well. And this is actually huge because this is basically all of Crisci's economy right now under attack. And he's just rallying the Zerglings, but he really should just drop the main. I don't know why he's just moving in. I think he thinks that he can just overwhelm him by just rallying in, but I think that's wrong. He can like break line after line, like this was like a minute. Oh, here comes all the spawn Broodlings again. Does he have enough energy for it? He almost does. Okay, there we go. He has energy for it. Now he's gonna sponsor. It doesn't want to. Okay, there we go. One goes down. Second goes down. He's gonna try and get all the siege tanks. Here goes another one. This one is almost dead already though. But here comes another one. He can also put up infested Terrans from these, and those would actually draw a lot of splash damage, which would be nice. But yeah, he's actually killing basically every single unit now. And now if you had another swell of Zerglings, here we go, this could do a lot of damage because there's no siege tanks left. There's really nothing left. Okay, there's one more siege tank. He doesn't have the energy for it, but it might not matter because there's only one. He's making more though. He's making more. Here comes the Zerglings. A little bit late to the party. They are going to start chipping away at these buildings. Crisci is going to use the last of his resources for this attack. This might be the last time he's going to be able to attack the red bandit. The red bandit is moving back home with all the siege tanks. There's not enough energy on the Vipers. They have to regenerate again, and they're gonna be the saviors of the red bandit's base. They're gonna hold now. He's gonna hold the base. The reinforcements has arrived. This base did not die. There's a couple of siege tanks that are denying most of the mining. This base is gonna go down. You lazy Mutalisk. And now he's dropping vultures over here, but that's not gonna be too effective. Oh, dude, come on. Dude. So many lazy Zerg units. There we go. This base has not been under attack, I think. There's a random planet. Oh, no. There used to be minerals there? Yeah, they did. Okay. Oh, this base is going to go... If the red bandit can start mining here, he's going to just get miles ahead of his opponent. Meanwhile, doesn't have enough energy on these Vipers. These Vipers are so important whenever you have energy, but they're so useless when you don't. He can throw down infested Terrans next to these. I think that would actually have done it if he had done that. That would have been enough. Again, he's killing a lot of dropships with this. He's making sure that this base at least will be safe. Oh, will it though? You can throw down infested Terrans. Okay, there's a single vulture here. He's making a single Hydra to deal with it. Just coming down to like micro transactions there. Bandit though is quite ahead in supply from Crisci now, and these siege tanks have done a lot of damage. This may still have minerals left, so this was a big loss for him, and so does this one. So there's only the island bases he's mining from right now, and this one isn't really mining at the moment. Meanwhile, the Red Bandit is starting to get mining going here. He has this base still. This one is also going strong. Look at the income tab, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Bandit is tripling the income of his opponent, and he is going for this comeback. And look at this. It's adding on the starports again. This is going to be science vessels or battle cruisers, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be battle cruisers because he's going to have the income for it now. He doesn't have that much gas though. Again, we're getting close. Okay, there we go. 150 mineral energy is coming in for these Vipers, and he wants to use it. I don't know if he might want to time it out. Right now might not be the best time, but he's going to kill all the siege tanks he can get. Trying to get some splash damage too, so he can be effective with it. Broodling spawning won't live long. But we do have another group of vultures moving up here, just to make sure Crisci doesn't take this expansion again, but that's not going to happen, it seems. He's just going to be happy with having these island bases for now. This one is really the only source of income from Crisci. Does the Red Bandit know about this? He does not, actually. But he could safely assume it. Vulture's just killing things, so not really that important. Yeah, this thing is also depleted, so it doesn't really matter that much at this point. So things are gonna be a little bit still. He had one more. He has two more. He has one here too. He can go for another spawn brooding. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, that's the cocoons. Look at how tiny they are. We should make these bigger. They look so tiny. This is for making more Vipers. He's actually... Oh, he doesn't want to lose these eggs. Oh wow, that was so close. He's got more Vipers on. This is a big fleet of Vipers. The problem though is that he's making Vikings. Oh, this is gonna be so... Oh, this is gonna be so sad because all the Vipers, all this investment to the Vipers, and they're quite expensive. It's just gonna be for nothing. Oh, here comes the Vikings. They have splash damage. They have the Valkyrie air attack. They deal a lot of AoE from air to air. And if you only have one or two, it's not gonna matter that much. But when you get like 4, 5, 6, 7, it's insane. It's like having that many Thors shooting at Mutalisks, and it's just, yeah. There we go. Here comes these missiles. See, like just a couple of these missiles doesn't really do that much. But oh, here comes this. The Scourges though. He needs to be careful. He can't lose Scourges now. He doesn't have the gas to remake them. Okay, here we go. He's gonna try. Yeah, he's gonna pick him off some. He's gonna get out of there. They're fast. They can escape these missiles. But if he get caught by too many missiles at once, he's just gonna lose the whole group. And hopefully I won't have to show you that, because that would be really sad for Crisci. And very happy day for the Red Bandit, of course. Meanwhile, it's actually getting gas here still. This is also depleted. Here we go. Here we go. He's gonna try and... Okay, that was the Scourges, but he has to be so careful. He's losing one. He can kill this. But the thing is, the Red Bandit has so much minerals, he can just churn out vultures everywhere. Sure, they just die to whatever area is there, but it doesn't really matter. This is kind of like roaches versus voiders. You just throw in more roaches and you're going to be fine, because the voiders can't DPS them down. And you can just throw in more vultures because they're just minerals, and minerals is a resource he has a lot of right now. And again, oh wow, he's just sending in SCVs actually. Yeah, at this point I think the game is over. I think Crisci, I don't know if he knows how far behind he is right now. Man, his missiles are missing so much because these Vipers are so fast. So I really think at this point the Red Bandit can start hunting them down, because he has a lot of Vikings and there's not that many Scourges out anymore. And if he starts hunting them down, he will kill them. Oh wow, he's actually going to take this base. There's very little Crisci can do about it. He can, of course, try and kill these workers, but he just may need some Zerglings. He doesn't make it. If he just made some Zerglings... Well, never mind. There's a ton of vultures there. This is actually really annoying. He's just... He could use infested Terrans. There are infested Terrans on these Vipers. That would actually work. I'm clearing out minefields and killing vultures as well. Oh, here comes the Vikings, though. Deals so much damage. There's a couple of Hydras to the rescue there. Only lost a couple of Vipers. But all these Vikings are going to do so much damage now. And they're going to supply block him. Look at that. That's... Oh, these units will just die so fast. Everything just dies to Vikings. Oh, gets a couple of kills. That's nice, but not that many. You can land them too and do a lot of damage. And here comes the... Oh, that was actually Ensnare. I thought it was going to be more spawn broodlings. Alright, he's going to try... Okay, it just keeps ensnaring. Now he could actually spawn broodling, but oh, he's going to lose everything now. I think this is it. Yeah, he misses the ensnare. And he's just saying, you know what, take my Vipers, I don't need them anymore. He doesn't really have anything anymore. If you look at the units, he has 7 Hydralisks, 2 Queens, 1 Infestor. Yeah, This is it, ladies and gentlemen. And the Red Bandit lands his Vikings. He's going to kill this base as well. And I think he's going to get it. It's only one Spine Crawler here and some workers to defend. And, well, we got some Hydras here to try and stop this. But yeah, no, it's not going to be enough. And GG's, Crisci's called the game. The Red Bandit takes this game in an incredible comeback. I'm really happy I got to cast it, and it was quite an amazing game. I'm also a little bit sorry if I missed anything on the minimap because there was a lot of things going on at once.